Welcome to Oh Dark 30, where the stories don't stop when the sun goes down. I'm your host, Levi, bringing you unfiltered stories, laughs, and chaos from the people who have lived it. Military, first responders, and everyone who's seen the dark side of the job. We're talking late night calls, long deployments, and the kind of memories that you only share when the world's quiet. So grab your coffee or your whiskey, settle in, and let's kick this thing off, because it's Oh Dark 30, and nothing good happens after midnight. Welcome to another episode of Oh Dark 30. Tonight's guest is a bitch.
Hey.
It's true.
I mean, it's fair, but, you know.
Right.
I'm not going to argue with you on that one.
All right. You shouldn't, because it's true.
Yeah.
So tonight's guest, 11 years in the Army. You can hate him now because he was formerly an MP. And if you don't know what he does currently, then you've never been within 5 feet of him.
Fair.
You fly helicopters, is that correct? Is that?
Yeah, I think that that would sum it up, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, he flies helicopters. He was what people know in the military as a Mustang, so he was prior enlisted, and then went the officer route, and then he went full retard and went Warrant Officer route. So he absolutely has nothing at all to do other than drink coffee and judge people.
I mean, that's what we do.
I haven't even told anybody your name yet.
Most of the listeners of this will already know who you're talking about.
Based on your voice.
Yep.
Is that how it is?
Yeah. Well, in the description.
True. So, David Laird. We're just going to call him Davey for the rest of the show because I know how much he likes it, and he just, like, I could physically see his skin crawl when I said that, and I love that.
Don't use my government name.
I will absolutely use your Christian name every single time.
All right. Fine.
Welcome, Davey.
Yep. I know. It's been a long time coming, but
it has. You've only blown me off like 3 times.
I have.
So
I will admit to that. But
you are the absolute worst text responder.
I don't like leaving my house. If the sun is out, I will not be out.
But I bribed you with beer.
Yeah, that's fair.
And pulled pork sandwiches.
Yep.
So if anybody else wants David to come to their house, Yingling,
food and beer.
And food.
Food
yes.
and beer.
He might show up.
Beer, yeah, I'll show up. Food, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So, David.
Yes.
It's weird calling you that.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either, but I'm going to keep doing it just because it's more fun. And then we've got Peanut Gallery tonight. Allie Morton. Hi. How are you? Perfect. She's just going to giggle in the background. There it is. She's just going to hang out and
she's watching the dog.
And she's playing with the dog.
Yeah.
That's what she does when she goes to people's houses.
So I do best.
Perfect. All right. Dave.
Yeah.
An MP, huh?
Yeah, I know.
All right. So tell me how you got from MP world, new to the Army, David, to current Warrant Officer, David.
All right. So I gotta back up a little bit.
Let's back up all the way up.
My parents, right? My dad, 20 some odd years Army Reserves. 2 pieces of advice he gave me. He said,
"Don't fly helicopters."
Well, he said, he knew I was going to join the military. He knew he had no recourse to stop me from joining the military. So he told me 2 things: 1, join the Air Force; 2, be a firefighter, because he was a cop too. And I was like, no, Dad, I don't want to join the Air Force, and I don't want to be a firefighter. I want to do cool stuff like you did. And we'll get to that later. But, that was kind of a dumb decision. But so I tried to appease them a little bit. I went to the University of Central Missouri for 1 semester and absolutely bombed it. Just bombed it.
Good for you. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, man, it was not my thing. So, left after 1 semester. Joined the Army Reserves as an MP, and did the whole 6 months, 1 station unit training, all that good stuff, and came home, worked every blue-collar job you could possibly think of, trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do in life. Went to Guantanamo Bay for a year. That was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah.
And coming up on the end of my contract, I was like, listen, you guys got two options. One, I get out of the Army. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm tired of sleeping in the woods, in the rain, in the cold. It sucks. Or two, you make me a pilot. Thankfully, they made me a pilot. So I went off on that journey.
So from conception in the military to Mother Rucker, how long was that?
5 years.
5 years till you went to Rucker?
Yep, 5 years. 5 years until I left for Warrant Officer candidate school and started that whole journey. Yeah, it was interesting.
Tell us about Mother Rucker.
It's a great place. I don't know if you've ever been there.
You spent a lot of time there.
I did. I left late 2019. I graduated the day before Thanksgiving 2019. Great time. If you haven't heard, there was just some crazy stuff going on in the world then.
There was.
Yeah, it was brand new then, hadn't even been fully figured out yet.
Right.
Graduated Warrant Officer Candidate School the day before Thanksgiving 2019, which Warrant Officer Candidate School is just another one of those schools. It's like it's going to basic training all over again.
Is it a gentleman's course?
No.
Not at all?
No. It's basic training all over again.
I'm glad. I would have been more disappointed in you if it actually was a gentleman's course.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you've been to basic training. You know what that's like. So take basic training, take all the smokings, all the, I don't even know what you call it, all the nonsense that goes along with that, and replace all of the rifle quals and that basic shit and add a whole bunch of leadership, quote-unquote, courses. And that's Warrant Officer Candidate School. You got to write papers. You got to go on staff rides, all that. That's Warrant Officer Candidate School. Come to find out, the Warrant Officer Candidate School after us, during COVID, they stayed in the barracks. They had access to the vending machines with white monsters and did all their classes online. I was so pissed off. Yeah, that made me very angry. But it was what it was. So.
All right. So you're a pilot, correct? Is that the correct term? I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Yes.
It's pilot? Pilot.
Yes.
Okay. Do they have helmets big enough to fit your head?
It was a struggle. It was.
I kind of figured, I know that those dudes, custom make those things.
I'm going to tell you something.
I just wondered, the process of, I know there's some linemen in the NFL that have big-ass heads, and they got big-ass helmets, so I'm just curious of how they went through that process to make one for you.
I'm going to tell you something that's going to blow your mind.
I hope so.
There's people with even bigger heads
than me.
Yeah,
way in
absolutely.
Hell. No way.
Dude, I got some pilots over there. You look at them, and you're like, what? Where the fuck did you come from?
They have 3 uniforms on because they're a gigantic person.
Yeah, so for anybody that doesn't know, if you want to be a super cool swoopy pilot and fly fighter jets and that kind of shit, join the Air Force and do
cool stuff,
yeah,
right.
Marine Corps, land on Navy, land on aircraft carriers and stuff. They're really stringent about size and weight and all that stuff, right? If you're too tall or too short, whatever.
To be honest, a jet cockpit is so much smaller than your cockpit is.
Right, and that's kind of where I'm getting at.
You've got a big cockpit.
Right, they're
big cockpit.
Hey, you want to fly? Cool, just get in the fucking helicopter.
Right.
We got 5'0" dudes, we got 6'5" dudes, they do not give a shit. So, sorry for all those guys who are not somewhere in between like the rest of us. You can join the Army, though.
Be all you can be.
Yeah. You can join the Army and be a pilot.
So, tell us about your airframe. I know what it is. Folks at home may not know what it is. Let's be honest, there's going to be a lot of people who do know exactly what it is based on them knowing you.
Yes.
So tell us about your airframe.
So I was lucky enough, if you are an active duty pilot going through flight school, you compete on this order of merit list, and then one day you get to select your airframe. And the tops always go to Chinooks or fixed wing, and then everybody else gets Blackhawks. So
Consolation prize.
Yeah, that I don't want to talk shit on Blackhawks because I'm going to have to fly them here soon. But if you're in the Army Reserve or National Guard, you know what unit you're going to. You know what you're going to fly. So I was lucky enough to move 3 hours away from my home and fly Chinooks, CH-47 Chinooks. To be honest with you, that's not the airframe I wanted to fly.
What'd you want to fly?
I wanted to fly Medevac 60s.
Right.
That was childhood dream.
Which is potentially in the future.
Correct. Probably more than likely what I'm going to go to. But I will tell you, after learning what the Chinook does, I can't give it up, man.
Right.
It's the best. It is the absolute best. It's not what I wanted, but I've fallen in love with it.
Right. It's a big dumb duck.
Yeah. Yeah. And people are always like, oh, is it slow? Is it, it's a flying school bus. I'm like, it is the fastest, most nimble helicopter you will ever fly.
Yes. But it's also a school bus with rotors on it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
But the shit you can do.
Right. And you've told me, I don't know how many stories you've told me about those damn helicopters. Slinging up equipment, slinging up the water baskets for forest fires.
Bambi buckets. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That stuff's cool.
It's fun. I've gotten, I always say if you told 12-year-old me what I'd be doing today, I wouldn't believe you. I just wouldn't believe you. But the shit I've gotten to go do, Bambi buckets, Special Forces groups, Navy SEALs, heavy stuff, bridge pieces, that's a fucking sketchy one. That one's really sketchy. I remember, okay, I'm going to go off.
You told me one time, you were like, hey man, you ever flown a helicopter and carried a bridge piece? I'm like, no, dude, of course I haven't.
So this goes off on a tangent of like, you show up on Monday at work and everybody's like, oh, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, I hung out with the kids and did this. What'd you do this weekend? I flew down to Texas and we flew bridge pieces and one of them fell on us. A couple guys got hurt, but it's all good. So, and then we flew back in a lightning storm. I couldn't see where I was fucking going. We almost crashed the helicopter, but you know what? It was fun. And everybody just looks at you wide-eyed like, are you okay? Is everything all right at home?
He's not, folks. He's not at all. He's got the tism.
Mm.
It's undiagnosed, but there are signs.
It's actually a requirement.
Yes.
To be a pilot. Yep.
Because I know you told me, was it Arkansas or was it Texas? You guys are coming back and you had to follow the highway because you couldn't see.
Oh, that was Arkansas. I'm not going to give details because I don't want to get myself in trouble.
Well, it's those sections of highway that say aircraft. The radar by aircraft and speed monitored by aircraft. That's what
we decided to partake in that for the day.
Right.
Even though that was not our assignment. There have been more times than I'd like to count of times where I have flown in. All right. Leaving
Tism just happened.
Where we work. Lucas and I left where we worked and it was foggy. Couldn't see 100 feet in front of us.
No.
Driving your car and you're like, man, this sucks. So you turn on your fog lights and you drive home real slow. Or
you don't and you text them.
Well, you do.
I can't see shit, dude. Like, yeah, I can't either. Stop texting me and drive home.
I don't know who would do that.
Who in the hell would do that?
Nobody would do that.
Raise your hand in this room and you would do that. Raise your hand. Go ahead.
I think Allie just raised her hand. But the difference between driving home in the fog and the weather coming down on you in a helicopter or a plane is exponentially worse.
Right.
And you just keep getting lower and lower and lower. And you're looking at the pilot next to you. I was a young pilot at the time, so I wasn't the guy in charge. But you're like, hey, dude, the towers we usually fly over? They're above us. What do we do? Just keep going. Okay, sure, why not? But the amount of times I've done shit like that, it's...
See, I always preferred to be in the back of a Chinook when we were flying Nap of the Earth. Because I physically couldn't see outside the bird, so I didn't know what was going on. But in a Black Hawk with the doors open, is a whole new thing because you're counting squirrel nuts and pine cones.
Yeah, when your whole crew is calling out fence posts and trees,
right.
You're like, I'm probably too low.
Yeah. Watch out for that groundhog.
Yeah.
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 Should maybe pull up.
You know
train,
what?
pull up.
It's part of the gig, man, and it's just I don't know why I like it, but I like it.
So, moving to current times, your unit, actually the entire Army Reserve Aviation contingent has been disbanded per talking heads in Washington, D.C.
Yes.
And now you have to find a new home and a new airframe.
Yes. So, yeah, this is a rough one to talk about. Obviously, I'm...
Are you going to cry?
No.
You sure I have tissues right there next to you?
I'm drunk enough. It's all good.
Well, there's right there next to you on the floor. There's tissues. You'll be okay.
That's a dog.
That works too.
But, yeah, so the entire Army Reserve Aviation Command is being disbanded. Well, besides the fixed wing, because... just rotor wings. Fuck it, I'm going to say it. Because the generals still need rides around. That's why they want to keep the fixed wings.
You have to have those Lear jets still.
Yeah, they don't want to give up their fixed wing rides, so they're just like, we'll get rid of the helicopters. Which I'm not going to say much about it because I am still an officer in the United States Army, and I have to be politically correct. I don't think it's a good idea.
It's not at all.
So there are a lot of soldiers, a lot of warrants, a lot of enlisted guys, a lot of regular officers who have to find new homes.
Or get out. Which is not a really good...
No. And especially when you have guys and gals who loved what they were doing, because we did. We absolutely loved it. We were doing really, really cool things. And there's no place for them to go. And you could have gotten 20 years out of these people. The Army could have gotten a whole career.
Right.
And now all of that training, that very, very difficult training, and I will tell you right now, being in, a non-aviation job compared to an aviation job, the amount of investment, the money, the training, it's completely different.
Oh, yeah. It's
millions and millions and millions of dollars per person, and they're just giving it up.
That's so crazy to me, too, because your unit current, before you leave, is a very storied unit.
Correct.
And has been a part of a lot of big things.
Yep.
If you want to talk about that, you can. If not, we don't have to get into that. But that unit in itself is a storied unit.
Yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit. I don't want to talk about it more than what I know because I wasn't part of the unit at the time. But I have Extortion 17. Extortion 17 is what we're talking about. For those of you that don't know, I won't go into a whole lot of detail. But basically, we were hunting for a guy. They loaded up a QRF into one of our birds over in Afghanistan, and it got shot down. And it was the largest loss of life in
special operations.
In special operations,
Navy SEALs.
Until Operation Red Wing. And it was our pilots. And every year we do, a commemorative run. We talk to one of the families, the Duncan family. They're great people. And I wasn't there. I wasn't part of the unit. I wasn't deployed then. In fact, I think it was 2011?
2011, 2013.
Yeah, I was still in high school, right? But I have come to know actually we always fly with two helicopters. The guy who was the sister ship that day is a good friend of mine, and it's
is
just
that the one that I know?
No,
not that one.
No, but the bond that was created that day in an unfortunate manner between Army Reserve Aviation, especially the Chinook guys, and the SEAL teams is unbreakable. It carried on throughout. We would always go fly them at their land warfare school, but now those guys are going to have no support. They're going to have no training stateside.
Right.
So
other than like 1/60th, but
they won't do it.
Those dudes do a lot of things already.
No, they won't do it. They absolutely won't do it.
That's
so
crazy.
let me tell you this. I took a Chinook from Olathe, Kansas to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, where 12th Special Forces Group is. I took a Chinook from here to there to support 12th Special Forces Group while there was that is home base
Right.
for the 160th. And not that I didn't want to fly the mission, but I landed there watching all these, black helicopters fly around, and I was like, wait, this is their whole job, to fly around Special Forces guys. Oh, no, they're too busy to fly us around. I'm like,
Too busy doing what?
that's their job. That's their whole thing.
Like, they're Special Operations Command pilots.
Yeah.
Like, what are you too busy doing?
Right.
I'm confused.
So now they can't even fly them around on their own base. They're not going to go to Fort Chaffee, Arkansas, and fly the SEALs at their land warfare school. So now you have a whole bunch of SEALs going through their land warfare school who aren't going to have helicopter support, who aren't baby SEALs. That's what we call them, baby SEALs.
Right.
Brand new out of buds, who aren't going to learn helicopter operations until they get to wherever they're going,
Right.
which is, in my opinion, a detriment.
Oh, it absolutely is.
So, yeah.
For those listeners who are Chiefs fans or just a Sunday afternoon football fan, you have seen David fly over Arrowhead.
That's true. That is very true.
That was right here towards the end of the season.
It was a playoff game.
It was a playoff game.
It was. I don't remember
With
which one.
The 4 Chinooks flying over, that was their unit. Warrant Officer Laird partially piloting one of those helicopters.
Yep.
So I always thought that was cool.
Yep.
He was like, I know that guy.
Yep. I think it was. I don't even remember how many people watched that game, but I think the final math was like a third of the country
Right.
was either there or watching it on TV. I was like, holy shit, a third of the country have seen me fly a helicopter. That's pretty fucking cool.
If only that could help you find a woman, but it won't.
It won't. No,
will
it
not.
absolutely. The autism really hurts.
It tends to scare them a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe the OCD a little bit.
Yeah, probably.
It could be.
I would love to argue with you, but I
the
can't.
enormous size of your dome as well.
I don't think it's not ego. I was born this way. My mother still complains about it to this day.
I'm sure she does.
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate. I think it might be a defect, but that's all right.
That's okay.
That's all right.
That's okay. He looks a little like Sloth from Goonies. So it's not that
difficult finding hats. I'll tell you that.
bad. I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
I'm sure it does tend to
But
make you sad when you can't find a nice hat.
back to our original point. There's people with bigger heads than me in Army Aviation.
There are, yes.
I'm telling you.
Yes, there are.
Theirs are more proportionate to their body, but whatever.
For those of you that don't know, Laird works with me. We went through Police Academy together.
Yeah, we did.
That was super fun.
Yeah.
People
That wasn't
people
our first
either-
introduction, though.
It wasn't, but people either really liked us in Academy or really hated
fuck.
us in Academy.
Oh, fuck. Well, brother, when you put you and I together, it's two peas in a pod, and if you're not part of the group, fuck
Yeah.
you.
Get bent if you're not part of the group. Plus, we tended to skew the curve on any operational military
room
style.
clearing, firearm, that type of shit. Now you did beat me
I did.
in shooting.
I did.
I just want to throw that out there.
What did you used to do before?
I was a firearms instructor and a professional shooter for a while.
Yeah. You heard it here first.
Yeah. You want to talk about big heads? There we go.
That's not even remotely close to true at all.
I'm just saying.
You're just bitter.
Well, one is physically
I beat
big. The other is, it's just there. It's the
Right.
ego.
Right.
No, well, actually, I'm not going to say names, but a couple of people at the training division tried to give me shit for that.
Only a couple?
No, it was two in particular. I'll tell you later, but I'm not going to say names on here. But I was like, dude, listen, I don't think you guys realize what Lucas has done in his previous life.
Doesn't matter.
I'm okay with losing to him.
That's a long gun. Completely different shooting style.
It's still shooting, brother. It's still shooting. I was like, listen, you motherfuckers don't realize what Lucas has done. I'm okay. I'm okay with losing to him. Totally fine with that.
So you've been We've been cops for almost. You've been just over 3. I'm almost.
Well,
I'm about to hit 3.
Nope, I'm hitting 3 next month.
You're okay. Almost 3. I'm about to hit 3.
Like 2 or 3 months ahead of you.
And we used to work together before you moved on to your.
I don't want to hear
gig.
it. I don't want to hear it because
We're not even going to talk about it.
We didn't work together
Whatever.
until I bullied you into the position you're in now.
And then you bullied yourself into the position you're in now.
Yeah, I had to know somebody was going to take the reins properly.
That's all it was.
Until I could leave.
That's all it was. That's the only reason you bullied me into that position.
Correct.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I'm glad you're finally realizing that.
You're welcome. All right. So you had one, we'll call it air quotes, deployment to Cuba.
Mobilization.
Oh, my bad. Mobilization.
Yeah, no, it wasn't even close to a deployment.
Right. I know there are some stories there because I have heard a couple of them.
Yeah.
So let's start there with a situation that may have been routine, perhaps normal, if you want to call it that, and then kind of went sideways.
Okay.
Do you have one of those? I want to say you do.
You're gonna have. There's so much.
Pick one. I know you're just this storied American hero, but
I would not even remotely go that far. So I went to Guantanamo Bay, which is a lovely, lovely little island that the U.S. owns part of, in 1617.
That's when you went?
That's when I went. Fresh. I was 20, turned 21 down there. It was a great time. Brother, maybe it doesn't feel like it anymore.
Well, no. Army years.
Yeah. I did detention operations down there with a very particular group of people.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, great people. I'll just say this. I was not in the main camp with the main people. I don't know how else to put it without giving too much.
You can't handle the truth. You don't want the truth.
Well,
okay. Those the people that you didn't want to be around?
I'll tell you what. I'm going to go off on a little tangent.
You want me on that wall? You need me on that wall?
I love every branch of the military, but those goddamn Marines. I love you guys. I do. Any of you listening to this, don't hate me. But, so, on Guantanamo Bay, there's a place called Marine Island.
He just broke a crown.
Yeah.
Snapped it in half.
The Marine Island, there's a reason, again, I want to say this, I love you guys. We put you on an island. Every time somebody would invite them to our barracks, so much shit would be broken and windows smashed and
they're like toddlers. They're like toddlers and puppies all at the same time.
You know, their claim to fame is, we love, we're fighting, we're killing people and breaking things, because that's the whole point of the army, or the military, is to kill people and break things. I'm like,
right.
Yeah, but don't do it to our shit.
Don't break our stuff.
Yeah, you motherfuckers. Go back to your island. Anyway. Yeah, so guarded a special group of people down there. Again, 20-year-old Dave, didn't know what the hell was going on. Learned a lot of life stuff. I got one of the best stories I have from that is a very particular, well-known terrorist. Let me ask you this. What's the weirdest weapon you've had ever used against you? Military, law enforcement, weirdest.
Used against me?
Yeah.
Probably, and they're not even weird. They were obscure at the time. So the recoilless.
Sure.
On the back of or like a technical.
Sure. Yeah.
Or even a Dishka. Because they were very few and far between when we had them, or when we were over there.
Let me go ahead and just tell you, much more deadly than what I have experienced, but much less weird. I have had a man use a live crab to fight me.
I mean, you got to use what you have.
Yeah, so
they're resourceful.
It was the migration, the spawn migration of the crabs. They have this weird area where they have an outdoor recreation area, if you want to call it. A couple of crabs walked in. He got pissed at us. We had to go in and do our thing, and he's holding a crab in each hand and trying to hit us with the pinchers.
Yes.
And I don't. What do you do? What do you do?
I got nothing on that.
That was about where I was at.
Much like your current job, and you've fought a man with crabs.
Well, yeah. The nurses told me afterwards, though.
Right.
So.
They never want to tell you during.
Yeah.
Because it's weird.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. Does that add an extra, couple inches on reach with a crab?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And
That's good to know.
a shock factor.
The more you know, people.
Shock factor.
The more you know.
Nothing beats that.
Right.
What do you do?
Shock scare. Right?
You go into a cell, and a man's holding up a pair of live crabs to fight you with.
I'm confused. That's my first thought is I'm confused. This shouldn't be happening. I don't know what's going on. I'm confused.
I'll tell you another fun fact about Cuba. So I turned 21 there.
Right.
We would get a shipment once a month by barge. And I never underage drank. I never had alcohol before I was 21.
Mom and Dad, did you hear that?
Yep. Nope.
Not once.
I don't know how they found out, but everybody in my unit found out that my favorite drink was Coors Light.
Gross.
Yeah.
Sorry,
well,
Coors.
Gross. I was 21.
That's true.
My unit bought out the entire island of Coors Light. All of the Coors Light that was on the island.
7 cans of it.
Oh, it was stacked up in my barracks room. I cleared out all the food from my fridge, loaded it in there. It was stacked to the ceiling. It was so much, but by the time the next unit had come to replace us, I was just like trying to give it to them.
They're still trying to give away Dave's Coors down in Cuba.
I think probably
so if
still
anybody
going.
goes to Cuba, just stop by and be like, "Hey, I'm here for a case of Dave's beer."
Yeah, it's probably still going around.
Right.
Going around. And the last shot that sent me over the edge on my 21st birthday was Jaeger. So
of course, that's because you're weak.
It's Jaeger. Nobody likes
weak.
Jaeger.
I love Jaeger.
That's disgusting. You should get checked out for that.
I might have the tism.
That's psychopath behavior. That's really what that is.
So, what'd you do? 6 months in Cuba?
A year.
A year in Cuba?
Is
that like a MP rotation?
Yes.
That like something that has to be done?
Yes.
For every MP unit? Or most of them, maybe?
Army Reserve.
Just reserve?
Yeah, Army Reserve is in charge of detention down there. I don't know how that happened.
Do they have any active components down there for Army?
For Army?
Or is it just Marines?
Army, yes, but not MPs.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, and for the Navy guys, it's just a duty station to them.
Right. Well, they have a port, don't they?
Yeah.
They have a naval station?
Yeah, so one half is Naval Station Guantanamo Bay, and the other half is Joint Task Force Guantanamo Bay. So Marines would do security, Air Force was maintenance, which I don't know why they were the maintenance people. Army was detention, and the Navy was a normal base for them, but they also handled medical. So, yeah, for some people it was just a normal duty station, and some people was a mobilization. I don't know. It wasn't bad. You could drink down there.
So 11 years. You didn't get to go play GWAT, did you?
No.
Not at all.
Nope. I tried. I volunteered, and it just wasn't in the cards. So I will tell you that is something I regret to this day, but what are you going to do?
I mean, with the way the world's going right now, you're probably still going to get your chance.
I've got at least 9 years left, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I signed up. You signed the same piece of paper that I did.
Right.
I'll go when you need me to go.
Right.
It just hasn't happened. And if it doesn't, okay. I tried.
So you flyboys are notorious for doing your own thing.
Correct.
I had a buddy of mine on who was a navigator on a Herc.
Okay.
And he talked about they tactically acquired something in Jalalabad,
Okay.
Afghanistan, and almost made it home with it. Got any stories like that?
No, I would never.
You would never. Tell me this. What is one thing that you would take on your bird that probably wasn't authorized?
Oh, brother. So, Fort McCoy, Wisconsin is the reclass school for enlisted who want to go to the ammo handler certification. Whatever.
They like to touch ammo. It's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. So we would go up there and support them, and their final practical exercise would be to hook up a sling load of some rockets. I don't even know what kind of rockets they were. My history with Fort McCoy was sleeping in the woods in the cold and hated it. I was like, you can't make me go. I'm not going. I'm like, no, hold on.
You had a choice.
Yeah, you're going. I'm like, you can't make me. And I get there, and they're like, all right, we're checking into the hotel. I'm like, what? What hotel? They're like, yeah, we're staying in the Hilton, man. We're not sleeping out in the field. I'm like, all right, this is cool. But anyway, for those that don't know, up there in the great Diet Canada is where you can get spotted cow. And it's kind of a tradition, or was a tradition in our unit, that any crew that goes up there, you can buy what you want, and then you take a list down, you ask everybody, hey, do you want any? Hey, do you want any? Cool. That Chinook, which I have lifted Humvees and bridge pieces.
What's payload on one of those?
So I can lift about 18,000 pounds of cargo.
How close to that did you get on the way home from Wisconsin?
I have had that thing boxed out with beer. Spotted cow specifically.
Spotted cow, if you're listening, I need a sponsor.
Yeah. It's great. I love spotted cow. It's very unfortunate that I can't get it here in Olathe, but you know what?
Again, anybody in the Great White North in Wisconsin,
please
send us some beer.
Please. We got Yingling. That's a start. But spotted cow. Come on, man. So we've had that. We've definitely had that in the Chinook before. I mean, you're just gonna make me. I'm gonna get in trouble after this one.
You're leaving your unit anyways.
That's true. Well, getting fired is more the proper term.
I mean, it's fine. We've all been fired.
Laid off? I don't know.
I don't know how that works. It's so awkward is a good way to put it, because I don't know. Dude, I remember when you found out.
Oh, fuck.
You walked around work like somebody kicked your puppy.
Yeah. That's, well, you hear rumors of it, and you're like, there's no way this is actually happening. And then the piece of paper comes out that says it's happening, and you're like, holy shit, man. What are we doing? And, could you ever imagine that you signed a contract? Hey, I'll be here for 20 years. No, usually the issue is they can't keep you long enough.
Right.
They're never going to get rid of you. That's
right.
The thought.
That's the thought.
Prove me wrong. Hey, fucking prove me wrong. I don't know. It is what it is.
So, what's one of the coolest things that you've hooked up?
Coolest things. Well, I'll tell you what, fighting fires, you can't beat it. You absolutely can't beat fighting fires. Artillery pieces, incredible. Because every time you go hook up an artillery piece, they ask this. I'm sorry, this is a really dumb question. They go, hey, before we get it ready to go, do you want to shoot it? Yeah, obviously.
Of course I do.
What kind of question is that? So you get to shoot the artillery, you get to pull the cord on the howitzer, and then sling load it. Humvees, shotgun Humvees, which is two right next to each other. That's always fun. You're practicing gun rates, which goes back to artillery, is you'll have a couple Chinooks, each with a howitzer, and then you'll have one with the ammo and one with the people. And you go, do this gun raid where you're just trying to set up as close to the front line as you possibly can and get these guys shooting as fast as possible. Nothing beats it, man. Nothing beats it.
So your payload's what, 80,000?
50,000 pounds total. The way we sit on the ground is 32,000 pounds. So I've got about 18,000 pounds of play.
18,000. Okay.
18,000. And then if I burn a little bit of fuel, if we want to go do something special, I can play with my fuel numbers a little bit. But that's when you start getting into the time frame of oh, shit, we got to drop and go.
What about sling? Same?
So, yes.
Or a sling lighter?
Sling's the same. It all depends on the helicopter. The hooks are rated for more, but the magic number is max gross weight.
Well, they're military grade. And everybody knows.
Those fuckers are great.
Military grade
they work.
Not great.
The only issue I've ever had is you're like, all right, you set the load on the ground and you hover down a little bit to let the slings go slack. And then you're like, all right, releasing. Oh shit, it didn't release. Oh shit, we're still connected to the thing, and so you got to manually, like, emergency release it, which that's really the only issue I personally have ever had. Some other pilots I know have early released that thing when it's still in the air.
I was just going to ask if you've ever done that.
I have never done that, thank God.
You don't want to cut sling load of a Humvee from like 200 feet in the air?
I know some people who have. I know some people who have done that. But you know what? They're still pilots. So, shit happens. It's part of doing business.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's going to happen at some point or another.
There's a cost to doing business.
Now, in the spirit of the show, Dark 30, what's your best nothing good happens after midnight story?
The SEALs, man. The SEALs. So, one of our rotating missions was to go to the SEALs Land Warfare School and fly them around.
That's the one in Arkansas, correct?
That's the one in Arkansas. And their instructors fuck with them more than we have ever gotten fucked with it in our entire life. And they'll usually set it up, hey, we want infill at this time, we want exfil at this time. I'm like, cool, great. And they've got a pre-selected infill portion, which is this big, giant, wide open field, perfect for a Chinook. And they've got this pre-selected exfil portion, which is just a giant field. It's great. And they just fuck it up. Every single time. They never do it right, which is fine. It's part of training. Like, I'm not dogging on them.
Right.
But their instructors just keep pushing, just keep pushing, and just keep pushing, and hey, you got a T-72 tank rolling down the road now. And I remember coming in to do this one time, and we did the infill. They're like, hey, we want to land on the X. I'm like, that's not a great idea. You're in a giant school bus. You should not want to land on the X.
You should never want to be on the X.
No. We'll infill you a couple kilometers away, and I just see this TRADET guy behind me, just like, no, don't help him. Let him fuck it up. And I'm like, all right, I said my piece. I'll leave it alone. So like, all right, we'll put you on the X. And we go in and land, and the other pilot that I was with, he was in charge. He burns that thing in there so fast. I've never experienced that. I was baby pilot at the time. He burned that fucking helicopter in there so goddamn fast. I was just sitting there holding on to whatever I could at the time. And I look to the right. I'm sitting in the left seat. I look to the right, and there is a tree touching our window, touching his pilot's window. And I look up to the front rotor system, and it's like maybe a foot below. And I look at it, and I look at the other pilot. He looks at me and goes, he just shrugs. Like, well, could have been worse. I'm like, you motherfucker, we just about chopped a goddamn tree down. And the TRADET guys come over the radio and are like, hey, you guys are shot down now. I'm like, all right, cool. So we go land on this airfield. We all lay out in the helicopter pretending to be dead, just joking around, and make these SEALs just go through the ringer. And all I remember thinking is, thank God I picked aviation. Thank God I'm not doing what they're doing right now.
All right. I like hearing those stories. Dude, when we would get picked up, so we had our own aviation unit at 10th Mountain Division.
Mm-hmm.
And we used them a lot for like field problems because we go out 2, 3, 4 times a year for 2-week field problems, just and living in the woods for a couple weeks, smelling like ass.
The Army life, man.
Oh yeah. And these dudes, and that was like the real first taste of hurry up and wait.
Uh-huh.
We'd be like, we've got to draw weapons at 02.
Yeah, but
we've
you don't have to be there until 06.
No, we had to be there at like 04. Birds are going to be there at 05. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon, and the birds still aren't there. Always late. And if they show up, we're like, hey boys, you're like 13 hours late. What's the deal? And they're like, coffee pot broke.
Well, you got to have your priorities right.
I figured as much. Couldn't get our hair just right. Couldn't get our aviators just right.
Listen, that's an important part.
let's move on to law enforcement a little bit.
Yeah.
So we've had a couple years between us.
Yeah.
We've had some things.
I know where you're going with this. I know where you're going.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead and fill me
No,
in.
no. You go first, buddy. You go first.
We have an interesting job. And nice. And we have interesting people that we have to deal with.
Yeah, that's an understatement, but yeah.
And also we have an interesting group of people we work with.
Yes, that is very true.
And I think it's funny that people are still confused when they see me at work and they don't see you attached to me, or vice versa.
That's been a weird change recently.
It has been a really weird change.
I don't like it either.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Because it was Laird and Lucas.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Two-man job.
Oh, absolutely. And we would answer the phone like that.
Yep.
We would answer calls like that.
Now, I do want to stop you because that can still be the future.
It could be. But
it's
right
not
now
over.
But right now it's not.
No.
So, how do I phrase this? What is a situation in our current job that has been one of the funniest things you've seen?
Man. It never ends.
It really doesn't. We, as a pair, would constantly pick on people.
Yes. Yes.
Like to an extent that it was probably unprofessional.
Well,
maybe?
Okay. All right. All right. So, for those that don't know and have never worked the job, I want to say this. You have to talk to a certain group of individuals the way they talk to each other.
Right.
And I don't know I do know what it is about the military because we're all a bunch of fucking delinquents who are very close on the line of being criminals.
Truth.
So you have to get to these guys and gals level. And the more you can while still being a somewhat of a professional, the better you're going to be able to communicate with them. And
professional is a loose term at this point.
Right. So, you have to be able to deal with the mental health issues, deal with, hey, they're in jail, they're going through some rough shit in life, but you also have to be able to joke with these guys. And you have to do it in a way that they understand.
Well, I've said it too before. We live in there too.
Yeah.
Somebody told me the other day that what did he tell me? Oh man, I can't remember how long he said, like 15-year, in a 15-year term, if we worked 15 years, it's the equivalent with the amount of time we work in there.
Oh, I see.
As like a 7-year sentence.
Yeah, because, how much you work.
And I tell them all the time, I'm like, listen, I'll be cool with you guys to an extent. One, because I have to live in here too.
Right.
Like, I want to feng shui the shit out of this place. And, 7 years.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And you don't think about it while you're in the module, but you're locked in there with them.
Right.
You don't have keys to that door.
No.
You're in there with them.
And we have help, but it's not next to us.
No, I don't have somebody standing next to me. So you gotta make the most of that situation. So, and we work in a particular area where there's not a lot of turnaround, inmate-wise. So you learn these guys. You learn there every day. You deal with them for months. And the unfortunate part is they get released, and then you see them a couple months later. And that sucks.
It sucks.
You hate to see it, but at least you know their personality. So you can, I don't know if I want to call it a relationship or whatever you want to call it, but you learn these guys.
That's fair.
And you can fuck around with them.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'll tell you what, these guys are pretty good at taking jokes most of the time. But the other thing, and you know this, if you're going to fuck around with them, they got to be allowed to joke back. And you can't get your feelings hurt.
No.
So
if you're going to give it, you got to be able to take it.
Right. Obviously, there's a line. There's a line on both sides. But a healthy amount of fucking around and respect is part of the job.
Right.
So I think that is very important in the situations that we work in.
I had a guy the other night that was one of ours.
Mm-hmm. You say ours like I'm still there.
Right. Well, yes. And you are.
In spirit.
And he knows where I work, obviously. And this is a different class altogether, different custody.
Yep. Different group of people.
He got written up that night, so I brought down the ticket. And I got on the intercom. He was up in his cell. Said, "Hey, dude, pack all your shit up." And he finished eating what he was eating, giving his homies high fives, passing out some of his commissary.
Of course.
Brought out his mattress, brought out his Santa Claus sack full of shit, walked all the way up to the desk. I handed him his ticket. I said, "Quit fucking up. Now go back to your room."
Oh, that's fucked up.
He was sweating. Dude, he was worried that he was going to go back to our custody, and he was not happy about that. And he went back, unpacked his shit, or just dropped it off rather, and came back out and was walking around. I was like, "Are you done fucking up now?" And he goes, "I am so done. I'm not going to do that anymore."
You know, it's funny. It's funny you put it like that. You're a dad. I'm not. But that being said, it is an unfortunate thing we kind of have to talk about. We have to dad these people.
You do.
Because,
when I come home, I ask my wife, "Hey, how were the kids?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, they were turds tonight. How are your kids?" Also the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that's all they are. They're toddlers in big clothes.
You know, the unfortunate part about that, though, is why. This sucks to say, but a lot of them didn't have that discipline growing up. So now, here we are, 20 years later, and me being younger than them, I have to provide that discipline because I've had it in my life. That sucks, man.
And see, I've taken what we started with the list of, it's your day one, your first week, your first month, your first 6 months, your first year out. Make a plan. And I've made dudes cry at the desk.
Yep.
Because I'm like, "You got kids?" They're like, "Yeah, I got 2 kids." "How old?" "Oh, they're little." "All right, guess what, dude? Like, that's number one priority." I was like, "You got a son or daughter?" "Well, I got both." "Cool. Now you need to teach your son to not grow up to be like you, and you need to teach your daughter that there are better people out there than you."
Yeah, how would you feel in 20 years if your daughter ended up with somebody like you?
Right.
And that
and a lot of them, it hits hard.
Yeah.
Like they've never thought about that before. And they're like, "Oh, holy shit." You're like, "Nobody's ever talked to me like this." Like, good. Maybe you needed it.
Yeah.
Now move on.
And I'm not trying to be a dick to you. I'm just trying to tell you how it is.
I also don't want you to come back.
That is one of the...
And that's why we started doing that.
Yes. So a lot of the stereotypes of us, of law enforcement, is that we're all just assholes, we're all robots, we have no emotions, we don't care. Dude, I'll tell you what, there have been some inmates that I have been so invested in their success that when they come back,
you're disappointed.
It breaks my heart.
Yeah, you're disappointed.
It breaks my heart, man.
There's one that we're both thinking of right now.
Yeah.
That it's disappointing to see.
Yeah.
Because you had high hopes.
Yeah. I want nothing more for these people than to never come back to jail.
Right.
If they get a job and a house and, whatever happens with their family, I don't really know. But if they make it, even to the barest minimum of extent of making it in modern society, I am so fucking happy. If I never see them again, I'm so fucking happy.
Right.
I've had one I always tell people, if you see me on the outside, you better come up to me and say hi. You better not run away. You better tell me how you're doing. And I've only had one that I saw in a Target, and he came up to me and he made it. He got a job. He was not doing great, but he had a job. He had an apartment. He was making it.
He was trying.
Yeah,
That's all we want.
dude.
Just try.
I was so happy.
I've told him before. I was like, move away. Like, go away from here. Like, don't be around the people that you were around when you got in here in the first place.
Yep.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Find a new state.
Yep. And you ask him the same three things that I started asking him.
Yeah.
Place to live,
a
place to
job.
work, and are you going to be around the same people that got you in here?
Yep.
Do those three things, I'll never see you again.
Right. And unfortunately, they can't
It's
do
usually
one or all of those.
It's usually the last one.
It's always the last one.
It's always
always
the
last.
people.
Right.
Yeah, and it's family sometimes, and people don't want to give up their family. But I'm like, dude, you got to look out for you
Right.
and your kids.
Right.
Yeah, who cares about the rest of them?
No.
You got kids now.
Right.
So,
That's number one.
I do just want to point that out there that we care. We do.
So, what's next for Dave? So, what's next for the military? And I know that's like the biggest up in the air. Nobody really knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
You've kind of, sort of got it figured out.
Well, I thought I was leaving you guys.
Well, you thought you were leaving for good. Like, you were moving across country to go do something else because there was nothing around here.
Yep. So I told you, medevac.
Right.
Dream.
Right.
Childhood dream.
Right.
So it's like, fucking Coast Guard, man. They go out and
That's all
rescue
they do.
people. Yeah.
That's their job.
They go rescue people. Hell yeah. That's all what I've always wanted to do.
And you started the conversation with them.
I did. Shockingly enough, they are not. I mean, obviously, the smallest branch. Well, technically, they're not a branch anymore, but I'm not going to go into that. But they're tiny.
Right.
And they're not necessarily hurting for people, but I feel like, not to be a huge ego, but I do have a set of skills that most people don't have.
Right.
They would want somebody with that set of skills.
You'd be surprised how much people don't want those skills.
Well, yeah.
I can attest to that.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you a fun fact about that one. The guy I talked to, he's like, yeah, we put 15 people up last year. 15 people up for the board to be a Coast Guard pilot who were previous pilots in other branches.
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. One of those people was a Black Hawk UH-60 medevac pilot, certified maintenance test pilot, instructor pilot, all these things.
All the things.
All the things. Same airframe. They're like, yeah, they didn't take him. But they took the AH-64 Apache guy. Like, that guy has none of the skills you want.
Don't even understand the concept behind that.
My point exactly.
Who did he know?
Well, that is the fucking question. That is a great question. So I was like, all right, it ain't even worth my time.
Right.
It's not worth my time. At the end of the day, I have moved to Kansas City. I've met people like you, people like Allie. I have created.
So 2 people. He's only met 2 people.
And there's others, but they're not here tonight. Maybe we'll get them together. But
he's talking about you, Kelsey.
yes, love you to death. But I have created this group of people that I love to death, and I don't like people. You know that.
I do know that.
But when I find people that I like, dude, I'll do anything for them.
I know. That's why Sunday you're coming for the 2nd annual Gabby birthday party.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Well, what are you gonna do?
You can't tell her no.
Yeah, you can't tell her no.
No, I'll get her on FaceTime right now, and you can't tell her no.
So my family is this weird group of people that don't like people, but when we find a small group of people we like, we will do anything for them.
Right.
And I created this group here in Kansas City that I would do absolutely anything for.
And he literally will.
Yes.
He will come to your house and get your lawnmower out of your shed to fix it.
I'll build you your shed. I don't care.
He will build you a shed.
To be honest with you, I'll tell you this. And I haven't told anybody this yet.
I feel special.
When I originally found out about this, it was not the fact that it was going away that was eating me up. It was the fact that I fully believed.
You thought you were going to leave.
I was going to leave.
Yeah.
I was going to leave.
But I knew that because I saw it in your face.
Well,
we talked every single day, all day long.
Yeah.
And then when you found this out, you holed up for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, and
everybody was coming to me. They're like, "What the hell's wrong?" I don't.
And of that group,
I was like, I know, but I also don't know.
Right. And of that group, it was you and I. It was Lucas and Laird. So the fact that I was going to have to leave you guys for the greater good, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I was destroyed.
I know.
So,
came to work with tears in your eyes every day. You bitch.
I'll tell you what, the amount, there's always those things that happen in life that fucking kick you on your ass.
Oh yeah.
I sat in my driveway and got shit-faced drunk and cried in front of a bonfire about it.
Why'd you sit in your truck at a bonfire?
No. In driveway. Burning. This is the funny thing.
This is what burn pile that you had.
This is when I got the fire department calling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the time. The cop comes around the corner. I'm like, oh fuck, I'll pull it together. Oh god, all right, yeah, I'm good. But yeah, no, I was distraught. But
you burned all your furniture.
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did. They're like, you can't burn your whatever. Fuck you guys. It's my property. I paid for it. I'm gonna build a fence so you fuckers can't see in here. But I found that the better option. I'm going to transfer to the Guard and go fly, hopefully, medevac 60s for them. You know, I still get to fly a helicopter that's painted green. I still get to work for my retirement.
You still get to wear that big-ass helmet.
I do. You know, I mean,
they paid so much money for it, they can't just, give it away. And nobody else could fit in it, so...
I want to make it... It's like a certain person that works with me now who got an outer vest for their duty uniform.
Right.
We joke that 7 Chinese children had to make that thing.
To make that?
It's like 2 vests put together.
So half of the kids had to make that vest, had to make your helmet.
The factory had to shut down
right.
and make that thing.
Right.
So,
and fun fact for this new unit, because I'm transferring to the Air Force.
You are.
And it just so happens this new unit...
Oh, I forgot about this.
Just so happens to be on the same base that I'm going to be at.
It is.
Lucas and Laird 2.0.
It is. Now...
Military.
All right. We'll go with that. Motherfucker. We're going to go with that. All right. I'm going to walk over to you and be, hey, Air Force guys, how you doing? I'm going to walk into your hangar.
That's fine.
I'm like, you better stand at the fucking position of attention when you're talking to me.
Oh, you're going to play that game?
No.
I won't let you in the base.
No. No, I'm not going to play that game. But God, it would be fun. It would be funny.
To our chow hall.
It would. All right.
With the good food.
Okay. Fun fact about that one. One of my high school buddies was in the Nebraska Air National Guard when I was an MP. I remember being at Camp Greenleaf in Hastings, Nebraska, in the middle of a blizzard, shooting my M4 qual. And it was so cold. It was so fucking cold. I got into a soft skin Humvee, and I took my boot off, and I held a Bic lighter to my toes, like flame touching my toes, just to try to heat them up. And my buddy, who was in the Air National Guard, texted me a picture of his chilled salad plate in their buffet line. You motherfucker.
In Afghanistan, we used to sneak onto the Air Force side of Bagram, which is right. It was literally right down the road.
That's fair.
Down by the field hospital.
Yep.
And you had to know somebody to get in there.
Sure.
And a buddy of mine knew a dude that was there, so we would sneak on base. We were wandering around one time, and we looked way out of place. I mean, we were grimy. We had torn up uniforms. We had sniper rifles on our back, which looked way out of place
That's
in an
not
Air Force
the norm
base.
for them.
Right. And we walked around the corner of their really nice wooden side hooches. We're like, holy shit. They took an old fuel blivet, deflated it, so the sides were just inflated. So it's probably, I don't know, 2-3 feet deep, and made a swimming pool. Coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And it was huge, because those fuel blivets are massive.
I'll tell you what, they're heavy. I picked them up before.
I bet they are.
Those fuckers are heavy.
Yeah,
But,
they had their own swimming pool.
you know, I'll go back to something we previously said. Remember what my dad told me?
Uh-huh.
Join the Air Force.
Right.
But here we are, Lucas. How old are you? Fucking.
Too old to... I'm 29, dude.
And now you're finally realizing, hey, you know what? The Air Force might be kind of cool.
It might be kind of cool.
It might be all right to finish out my last few years in the military.
When my Air Force friends hear, like, our drill weekends, and I'm sleeping on a cot in the closet of an armory, and they were like, dude, I got a hotel room. I'm like, yeah, I'm eating MREs for the entire drill weekend. They're like, dude, if our chow hall runs out of food, they just cater food in. I'm like, what am I doing? Where did I go wrong in my life?
Why didn't I listen to my father?
Right.
But you know what? I'll counter you with that one. They don't have the stories we do.
They don't.
And that's all that's worth it, man.
Right.
You know, I'm 29 years old. We've lived more life than most people do in their entire lives.
Sure. I mean, that was one of the things we said in basic.
Yeah.
Was, we do more before 9 a.m. before most people do it all day. It's...
Yep.
And we did.
Yep.
We'd already been up for like 4.5 hours.
Yep.
That's half a dude's workday.
Yep.
So.
Yep. That was the shit.
It was. And I enjoyed every minute of it, and I did it twice.
I guess technically so did I. I don't know.
Well, I had to do the camp challenge thing for my scholarship for
Don't know
the
what
military
that is.
academy. So military academies, you have to do so you go to a military academy, you got your freshman, sophomore year.
Yep.
In between your sophomore and junior year, you have to go through basic training.
Okay.
Abbreviated form of basic training.
Sure.
And then between your junior, senior year, you go through the second portion of that.
Wait, hold on. Was this for you to be an officer?
Yes. Through an academy.
But you're not.
I'm not.
All right, so you fucked it up like I did.
No, I just turned down my scholarship and went to college and I flunked out.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And
I would also like to point out that you are technically more educated than I am.
It's a true story.
Yeah. Where'd you go wrong?
I don't have the tism.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. Fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah. And everybody knows. So.
Oh, God. I get it every day.
I know you do.
You know what? Sometimes you just got to use it as superpower.
I mean...
I've played it well.
You have.
But here's the thing, motherfucker. You want to look at that. Okay, how much longer have I been a cop than you at the sheriff's office?
Like 3 months.
Right. And if you take my track
I don't know. You talk about this all the time.
and look at your track, you're just following me, man.
I know, it's identical.
So you're going to be the next one in the office.
I don't know about the office work. Allie says no.
Well, I'll get you. Listen, if we've learned anything, you don't have a choice.
So, what had happened? What had happened was.
Oh, hell.
What had happened was.
No shit, there I was.
If we were on shift together.
Yep.
Which for a while there was damn near every day.
Yep.
Especially even if we weren't escorting, we weren't escorting, they would call for us to fix something.
But also when one of the modules was down and all we did was escort around, it was everything.
Yes. Everything.
But you know what? I don't know what it is about people like us, but it's like something new. Fuck it. I don't know what we're going to show up to, but
Yeah.
let's do it.
And we 97% of the time figured it out.
I think we do a
Ish.
pretty good job.
Trial by error, maybe.
We never fucked it up too bad.
Well, not that they know about.
I do remember a particular incident, and you personally described it as I was just looking at your body. You watched your body camera afterwards.
Right.
And you described it as I was Jim from The Office. Looking at your body camera. Like every time Jim would look like, what the fuck did he just say?
Right.
That can sum up our entire law enforcement experience.
Well, I mean, we stared at each other for like 10 minutes and shrugged our shoulders and nodded our heads.
Yeah, like what are we doing?
Right.
What's going on here?
Right.
That does get us into an interesting conversation about leadership and that particular aspect. Because you
Yes.
are an E4 currently.
Hell yeah. Card-carrying member of the E4 Mafia.
Well, you weren't always.
I came in as an E3. I've only been promoted once in my military career.
Okay.
I've never been demoted either.
Oh, I thought you were an E5.
No. I am on the EPS list right now as number 50 in the state.
No.
It's just a little, hey, you sure you don't want to stay in the Army?
Well, of course.
That's all it is.
But also, so, yeah, I mean, how many years are you in?
Total, coming up on 10.
So, you have got more experience than most E5s, potentially E6s.
I have more experience than
Combat experience.
almost 2 first sergeant in my current unit.
Right. So you have seen the leadership side of things, and I've never deployed like you have, but I've gone through the schools. I've done the jobs of the quote unquote leadership side. It's an interesting conversation.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it sucks being, I don't want to say the low man on the totem pole, but sometimes people look at you and like, you're just a deputy.
Right. It's not like medium man or middle management. We're like low end management people. And in the military as an E4, you are absolutely the low end management of your unit. Like you're the one that the middle management says, "Hey, take care of all this problem. I don't want to do it."
Right.
And that's an E4.
Yes.
In a nutshell. My unit now likes me because I am old school black boot army.
Yeah, and you get shit done.
Which is where the E4 Mafia thrived. And so they're like, hey, we've got a lot of dirtbags on our unit. We want you to fix them. So I was. And I was like, it's really not that hard. It's you tell them the regulations they're violating and make them fix it. You're just having me do it because you don't want to have the hard conversations, and I don't like that.
Well, yes, 100%. And that's what we see on both sides of it, law enforcement and Army. I do think a huge issue with that is they don't want to have hard conversations, which don't exist anymore.
Right.
We can't have them.
You can't have them.
But also, there's this weird, they don't give people a purpose.
No. And that's why I'm leaving the Army National Guard, is because there's no point to it. It's drill weekends are PMCS a vehicle. Well, I don't have a vehicle.
How many times do you have to charge your phone before you fucking go home?
Oh yeah. It's dumb. You have to carry a charger in your pocket.
Yeah.
But I don't have a vehicle to PMCS.
Right.
They're like, we'll go help them. I was like, that's not my vehicle. They have 4 dudes to do it.
Yeah.
They don't need me to do it because that's their job. So I was tired of doing other people's jobs for them. And I would rather go to the Air Force where your MOS is an actual job.
Yes.
At a business.
You have a reason, a
Right.
purpose.
You can go do your job for 8 hours and then go home.
Right.
Where in the National Guard is, you're going to go there and you're going to hang out for like 12 hours before they figure out something for you to do. And then they'll be like, oh, well, now we need to do this and have it done in the next half hour.
Yeah.
Well, why? We've had all day to figure this out.
Yeah.
You're just now coming up, well, we didn't know we needed it done. Well, why not? Don't you have a whole month to plan this shit out?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's one of the things that bugs me so much, both sides, but they don't give people a reason. When you tell people the why of what you're doing or why it helps, why it makes it better, whatever, they have an investment. So they actually give a shit.
Right.
So often in my current role, like I'll be like, hey man, you got to do X, Y, and Z. Hey, you got to do this. Hey, you got to do that. Like, that's fucking stupid. And I go, hold on, time out. This is why. And I'll give them the why. And be like, oh, nobody's ever explained it to me like that.
Right.
You have sergeants, you have lieutenants, you have captains. Nobody's ever explained it to you like that? No. What the fuck are we doing?
Right. It makes no sense. It's frustrating on a level that we're at right now, because I don't know if it's just because of our military experience that we have more of a magnifying glass for that leadership failure. It's hard to explain.
Well, let me also put it this way, and this is a question for you. So you and I, we run together.
Right.
We pretty much do everything the same. We are not the captains, the colonels, the generals, the big picture thinkers, if you want to call it that. We want to be down there doing the job with the people
Right.
that we are in charge of. So I think there's so much disconnect, and especially me being a warrant officer, dude, I joined a job where the whole purpose is to not be in charge of anybody.
Right.
Because I want to be doing the job. So I think there's so much of a disconnect
Yes.
between the people making the decisions and the people doing the job.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
And there is. I mean, it's in the Army, when you get promoted, there's a lot of those dudes that get promoted and they forget where the fuck they came from.
yeah.
Like, having buddies, we're out drinking one weekend, and that Monday they get E5.
Yep.
And then they turn into that E5.
Yep.
Like, dude, you're going to tell me? It's like, dude, you had your pants off running down the road last night.
Don't you be talking about a DUI to me.
You don't get to tell me that.
Now, the best piece of leadership advice I ever got was from Sergeant Major Laird, my dad. And he put the warrant officer pins on my uniform, and in the ceremony, right? Not the time and place for it, Dad. Maybe save this for after, but he goes, don't forget where you came from.
Right.
Don't forget what E1 Private Nothing Fuzzy Laird had to deal with. And I will never forget that. That is one of those key moments in life that I was like, oh, shit. So I've made it a point, military side and law enforcement side, to be like, yeah, I was there. I remember the stupid shit people were doing. People above me were making decisions about, and I was like, what the fuck? So
two episodes ago, I talked to my old company commander.
Oh.
From 10th Mountain Division.
Okay.
And he was our captain of headquarters, HHC. So I did a lot of personal security detail with him.
Yep.
And got to know him really well because of that. And he was also a Mustang. So he was prior enlisted, Pennsylvania National Guard.
Just want to throw it out there, Mustang officers the best. But
They are. And I told him this. I was like, he didn't know it at the time, but he had more respect from us because of the fact that he knew where we all came from, and he kind of knew, like, he wouldn't put a lot of dumb shit on us because he's like, I can't do that to these guys because I wouldn't want to do that.
Yep.
And we had great respect for him because of that. Like, he kind of had an understanding of what we were going through. And so those Mustang officers that, and by Mustang, I mean a guy that is enlisted in the military, goes through an enlisted phase, and then crosses over to be an officer or a warrant officer.
Has the desire to be that leader.
Right. They just have a different understanding of leadership.
Yeah. Yeah. Just remember my whole job, my entire job. Yes, I'm a warrant officer. My whole job is to be a
Drink
technical expert,
Just to drink coffee.
drink
And
coffee.
Judge people.
Well, now that I'm a W-2 and the senior W-2. So fun fact, when you get to a flight unit and you're the brand new W-1, you're the coffee bitch. And if there's not hot coffee in the pot, that's on you.
So why didn't you make coffee?
Oh, I
for
did.
Tonight?
Well,
Coffee bitch.
brother, I got to remind you on this one, you're an E4, I'm a W-2.
Well, you're drinking my beer.
I am. But my whole job as an officer, senior enlisted officer, regular warrant officer, whatever, is to insulate the people below me from the bullshit. That is it. That is my whole job.
From the stuff above you.
Yes.
Yeah.
My whole job is to look at the guy above me and go, no, absolutely not. We're not doing that.
Which is funny because that's what we did at work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we weren't
We weren't nice about it.
and we weren't up there high enough to actually have
No, but
we shouldn't have been saying the things that we said.
But on our shift, particularly our shift, we couldn't say this for the whole agency, but for our shift, we had sergeants and lieutenants that respected
Right.
what
They did.
we said.
Right.
And they're like, well, if they're saying it's dumb, it's probably dumb. So we're okay, cool. But my whole job is to be like, let me put it this way. I would much rather have the respect of the people I'm in charge of than the people who I report to. You want to write my eval and say I didn't listen to you? That's fine. I don't care.
Perfect.
I would rather the people below me be like, yeah, I'd follow that guy anywhere.
Right.
So that's my whole entire job.
I like that because it brings right up to the next one of how do you look back on either enlisted Dave, warrant Dave, law enforcement Dave? How do you look back on your service? Is it like a pride thing? Is it like you've been around for 11 years in the military. Is it like a nostalgic thing? Your early days? Or is it just completely something different? Because I've had dudes tell me, they're like, you know what, the military totally fucked me. I don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. I have gotten rid of everything I owned as a military. It did not turn me into the man I am today. I'm like, wow, that's a shocking thing to hear from a military person.
That sucks. That's hard to hear.
Right.
That's really hard to hear.
It is. And it's a shocking thing to hear.
And I would like to say that's probably because they had particular individuals who ruined it for them, and I hope that someday they can realize that the military as a whole didn't do that to them. It was just those terrible individuals.
Those leaders.
Yeah.
And it's right back to that leadership conversation.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you. I think we touched on it a little bit. It's hard for me to be somebody who's been in the military for 11 years and never got the, I'll call it an opportunity to go do what I signed up to do,
Right.
which was go overseas. That eats me to my core more often than I'd like to admit. It sucks. But that being said, I have, growing up, my parents tried to send me to college and tried to lead me off of this path because no parent wants their child to be in harm's way.
Right.
But I had to do it. It was true for me. It was truly one of those things I had to do. Otherwise, I never would have felt complete in my life.
Right.
So I am so glad that I've gotten the opportunity to do what I do, whether it had just been the MP land or truly my childhood dream of flying. I am so glad I've gotten to it. It is an absolute blessing that I've got the stories, man. The shit I've done.
Right.
It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah.
Has it harmed me in other parts of my life? Has it been a detriment to my time, my sanity, all these things? Yes. God damn, it's fun.
Right.
So that's truly the way I look at it, and it's given me a perspective of how can I take care of the next group of people behind me? How can I teach them to be the next group of great leaders, of of people who actually give a shit about the job.
Decent human beings.
Yeah. Yeah, not even the next generals or CW5s or Sergeant Major. I don't care about that. But people who work hard, who do the job, who care, who want to learn and teach and all those things. I'm truly grateful for that.
Nice.
So,
good answer.
Yeah, it's it. It's
oh yeah,
the stories, man.
Yeah, and I mean that's the reason I do this.
Yeah,
it's the stories.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been some good ones, but that's the thing is, you walk through life. Most people walk through life. Like, oh yeah, Joey's in he was in the Army National Guard or the Army Reserve, or he was active duty for 4 years, and this is their brother, their cousin, their sister, their daughter, and they just think, oh yeah, they just did 4 years, they got the free college, and they got out, and it could be your direct family member, and the amount of shit that they've done, good shit, bad shit, cool shit, whatever. Unless you're part of the group of people they're willing to tell those stories to, you have no idea.
Right.
So I would just implore people to go talk to the people who have served or law enforcement or EMS. Just go talk to them. Have a beer.
Buy him a beer.
Yeah, buy him a beer. Be like, man, what's some cool shit that you've done?
Dave wants you to buy him a beer.
Yeah.
Buy him a beer.
That's the best way to get to know people.
And if you're pretty and single, hey, that much more better for Dave.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I don't want to blame it, but goddamn it, the Army's been a detriment to that too.
Are you sure it's just the Army?
No, it's absolutely not. But it has hurt. It has hurt. Moving around has sucked.
I like it. That's a good way to end it.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm glad you hung out with me tonight, dude.
It's fun.
I'm glad you drank all my beer.
Not all of it.
Glad you drank some of my beer.
Maybe next time I'll finish it off.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. All right. That's another night in the books. Appreciate you staying up with us here at O Dark. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with your crew. Hit follow and keep those stories coming. Got a wild call, a deployment memory, or just something worth telling? Drop me a message. You might end up on the next one. Stay safe out there. Keep your head on a swivel, and remember, nothing good happens after midnight. Same time, same chaos.